This is Gary Temple Bodley. Well, kind of. Actually, it's Gary channeling a group of non-physical beings collectively known as Joshua. Sound far out? It was a bit for me too, but my wife Julie had recently been studying and practicing some of these things that Joshua had been dictating through Gary, and it was making quite a noticeable difference in her life.
Oh my gosh, I think I was pregnant with Freya, and I was just kind of depressed. And it was just like a lot, and I just knew that I was thinking negatively all the time. The reason why I'm such a big fan of Joshua is because every single day I wake up, the moment I open my eyes, I'm just grateful for being just existing. If you can change your outlook to that, which is what they basically teach you, we're all just here and you're just supposed to experience life, and whatever your journey is going to unfold, it'll be, and it's all working out for you and all unfold the way for you. Let go of expectations, and you just ride the wave. It's pretty fun.
You control the thoughts you think, so you can control how you feel in every moment. Life is meant to be good. Life is meant to be joyous.
In 2013, say the summer, I had been hearing about people meditating a lot and had this feeling that I should be meditating for some reason. And I was very resistant to meditate. But then I heard that Jerry Seinfeld meditated, and a whole bunch of people that I didn't realize were doing it were meditating. So I said, well, let's just try this and see what it is. So we sat down, we started meditating, and it was very hard at the beginning. It took, 2 or 3 weeks before we could go more than 5 minutes. But soon enough, we were meditating for 20 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day. And we were doing it consistently. And then, let's say September 2013, I started to feel something while I was meditating. And it was really obvious. It was as if a hand was inside my skin on my skull and jawbone, and it was moving around in there. Comforting, but strange, And I thought, well, maybe this is something that happens while meditating. But I looked it up and couldn't find anything. And every time I meditated, it started again. And when I finished meditating, it left. And it really seemed like a presence was with me. It was, I don't know, it's even talking about it seems strange right now. And it lasted 18 months. But in the beginning, I just thought it was a presence. And so I started asking a question. We were getting, this is every single day was happening. I was answering questions or asking questions, getting answers, and it was really fun. And one day I just said, who is this? And immediately got back Joshua. That changed everything. Because now it wasn't just my own thoughts coming back to me. It really seemed like it was some other entity. And this in case was entities. And then, this just kept going. I didn't really believe it, but it just kept going. And then on November 15th, 2013, during meditation, this clear signal came in and said, get up and write. And so I just got up, I went to my office, I closed the door, I sat at my computer, I opened Pages on my Mac, and I just started typing. And I really didn't know what I was typing. It seemed like gibberish when I was doing it, but I was just writing words. And it lasted maybe half an hour, as fast as I could do it. And there were tons of typos and stuff, but every word, verbatim, it was 3 pages typed, was the words that are in the first book. Those were the first pages of A Perception of Reality. Exactly as it was typed that first day. In fact, it's the first 3 pages, the introduction. So while I'm typing it, it seemed like it was nonsense, but then I read it back and it seemed like it was something completely new. All ready? Okay. We are thrilled to be here. So you have no idea why you're here. How'd you get here? Where you are really? What's going on? Who else is in this room with you? Who each other is? Who you are? What your power is? How you get your power? What you do with that power? Why you've come? What you're supposed to do next? You have no idea. No idea at all. And if you can embrace that fact, that you have no idea, you don't need to know, there's nothing to know, nothing to do, nothing to get right, can't get it wrong, can't get it done, can't fail, impossible, can't make a mistake, never made a mistake, can't get any better, can't get any worse. It's perfect as it is. There is no wrong anywhere in this universe. You've come to play around with what if there could be something wrong? And you get to dive into that as much as you want. You can try and fix it and change it and make it something else. And from that, you birth desires, and the desires lead you on these journeys you wouldn't go on otherwise. Because the desire is so strong, you say, I'll push past the fear to do this thing to fix this problem. And if you didn't have a problem, you might not do anything. And so these problems encourage you to move forward. Well, now you've come to a certain perspective here where you'd say, well, what if there's no problems? How will I move forward then? What would I ever do? If everything's perfect, why do anything? Why even be here? Why even come in the first place? Well, now at this level, you can say, I don't have to figure it out anymore. In the problem, I had to figure it out. I was alone in that problem. I had to get others to be in the problem with me so that I wouldn't be alone. But here, at this perspective, you can simply relax and know you're guided in every moment. You felt emotion every single moment of your life. You've never been without that guidance. It's always been there. There's never been a second you ever experienced without some emotion or some feeling. Every moment of your life, you've been guided. You've been connected. You might not have heard it, you might not have paid attention to it, and you might not have acted on it. But now when you receive a thought, you can think about it. What would happen if I took action on that thought? You don't have to. You can continue to live as you've been living. It's all perfect. But what would happen if you could act on that inspiration? If you could push past the fear, if you could even recognize it's fear, if you could realize, sure, fear's there because there's some belief that's inaccurate. Actually, all my beliefs are inaccurate. So why not just cast aside those beliefs, cast aside the fear, and take the action? If you take that action, you'll be led on another journey. But this journey will be a journey of perspective, and that's what you want. Everything you think you want, based on lack, based on thinking you need to do something you're not doing, everything you truly want is on the other side of that fear, taking that action and going on that inspired journey. That inspired journey will lead to an experience. That experience will have information. Once you have the experience, you have the information. You will always have it. It will be part of your vibration, and you will expand from that information.
I love you guys. I'll see you in about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all have fun. Tell me about it later. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are so pleased to be here with all of you on this perfect day. We are being signaled from the back of the room.
Speak up. Why are you so soft?
We believe you know the answer to this question. We would like to talk with you today about a subject that you went into yesterday in great detail with your beloved Joshua teachers. We, again, have to settle Chrissy. She would like to jump about the room with displays of physical affection. So we are calming her at this moment. The topic of authenticity. This was discussed over and over yesterday. And we began to play with Christy a bit on this as she was falling asleep, and she would have none of it. But we would like to pose a question to you. And that is that if you are all one, and we assure you that you are, at your very core, one. And in this oneness, you are eternal. You are limitless. You are everything and nothing. All at the same time. If this is the case, and again, we assure you it is, then how could you, any or anything, ever be inauthentic? It is not possible. As we were discussing this with Christy, she said, but why what? What about a moment that I act on some urge to throw a plate or smack someone? Or the moments where I will not push past fear to follow some inspiration? What about the moments where I hide who I am, knowingly, out of concern or fear that some other one will reject or be upset or offended by that part of me? Or better yet, what about those times where I believe that something I am going to do will anger, upset, or offend another, yet I do it anyway, and just keep it a secret? How is this not inauthentic? And we say, it is not. You cannot be inauthentic ever. As you move along this journey, and specifically those of you in this room, those listening, you are consciously choosing to see the perfection in everything, in every experience you encounter, to see the love in it. In doing this, you are becoming more consciously aware of who and what you are. Authenticity, as we have told you, is choosing the highest perspective that you can believe in any moment, and we mean believe, and speaking and acting from that perspective. You are doing this all the time. Even in your lying and cheating and stealing, you are authentic in that moment. You are never inauthentic. We honor the luminescent beings of love and light that you are. And we are happy to talk with you about anything you would like to discuss today. Who would like to begin?
Frankincense. Make frankincense. That's okay. So I know my nana chicken You're so good. What is a good tree, brother? Not just any old trees, California redwoods. And you see those ferns, spring ferns, look at the dew, water droplets. You need to be so present